Saturday has its own kind of quiet. And whatever the week asked of us, it's behind us now. The house settles a little earlier, the pace lets go. And in that stillness, there's room for something we don't always make time for during the week. Tonight's reading from the Acts of the Apostles gives us a man who needed someone to come alongside him and gently sharpen what he already knew. And Bishop Sheen turns toward how we see the world and what colors the glass we look through. In our Saturday evening reading from the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 18, we hear, after staying in Antioch some time, Paul left and traveled in orderly sequence through the Galatian country and Phrygia, bringing strength to all the disciples. A Jew named Apollos, a native of Alexandria, an eloquent speaker, arrived in Ephesus. He was an authority on the scriptures. He had been instructed in the way of the Lord, and, with ardent spirit, spoke and taught accurately about Jesus, although he knew only the baptism of John. He began to speak boldly in the synagogue, but when Priscilla and Aquila heard him, they took him aside and explained to him the way of God more accurately. Apollos is gifted, eloquent, knows the scriptures. He's on fire for the Lord, but he's incomplete. And what's beautiful is what Priscilla and Aquila don't do. They don't correct him in public. They don't shame him. They don't pull rank. They take him aside in private, and they fill in what he's missing, quietly, with love, and he receives it. Most of us know what it feels like to be the one speaking with ardent spirit about something we only half understand. We've all been Apollos at some point, sure of ourselves, doing our best with what we've got, not yet aware of what we don't know. And if we're honest, the gift of our lives has often been the people God placed beside us, who saw the gap, didn't shame us for it. They just walked us a little further in. A parent, a spouse, a child, a friend at the parish who said something offhand that turned out to be exactly the thing we needed. Tonight, the church also gives us Psalm 47 alongside this reading, and the refrain, God is King of all the earth, is the quiet truth of the whole scene in Ephesus. The work isn't ours. The kingdom isn't ours to build alone. He is the one reigning, and he sends us companions. And when he wanted to cross to Achaia, the brothers encouraged him and wrote to the disciples there to welcome him. After his arrival, he gave great assistance to those who had come to believe through grace. He vigorously refuted the Jews in public, established the scriptures that the Christ is Jesus. Look what happens after he's been corrected. He doesn't shrink. He doesn't lose his fire. He goes on to give great assistance to others. The correction didn't diminish him. It freed him. That's worth sitting with tonight. Some of us are carrying things that someone placed on us this week. A sharp word, a piece of criticism, something that stung a little. And the question isn't whether they were right or wrong. It's whether we can let it do for us what Priscilla and Aquila did for Apollos. Whether we can let it sharpen us instead of harden us. That kind of receiving takes humility, and humility is hard, but it's the door to a wider kingdom, than the one we were building on our own. Hello friends, it's Aaron. Welcome to the Sacred Heart family, where we pray together, walk with the saints, and reflect on the gospel every day. If this evening's reflection brings you peace, please like and subscribe. As we prepare our hearts for rest, we now turn to the wisdom of Bishop Fulton Sheen. Our personal dispositions are as windowpanes through which we see the world, either as rosy or dull. The way we color the glasses we wear is the way the world seems to us. That lands differently in the evening, doesn't it? Because we know it's true. We've all had the day where everything looked fine on paper, but it just didn't go that way. And we've all had the day that should have wrecked us, where some grace got through, and we found ourselves grateful by the end. The day didn't change. We did. The color of the lens in our glasses did. And Sheen is not saying the world isn't hard. He's saying we have more to do with how it looks than we usually want to admit. What he's pointing at, really, is the interior life, the slow, quiet work of letting the Lord clean the windows. Because we don't choose our dispositions in a single moment. They're built up over years of small habits, small prayers, small surrenders. The Eucharist, confession, time with the Word, time with Mary. These are what He uses to wipe our glasses clean. Not all at once, a little at a time. And one day we notice we're seeing things in a way we didn't see them before. Through the rosy lenses. Our routine, our commute, our struggles. But the light is different. Just as Apollos let his teachers wipe the window clean for him, we do too. Sometimes the Lord does it through a person, sometimes through a reading like this one, sometimes in the quiet of an evening when we finally stopped long enough to notice what color our glasses have been. The good news, He is patient. But sometimes He needs to break us, to clean us, and we fight it. But He just keeps coming back until we surrender and let Him in. So as Saturday closes, we are reminded that we're not finished, and that's not a failure. A reminder that the people God has placed beside us are part of how He's still teaching us. There's a kind of peace in setting the day down at His feet and letting Him do the cleaning while we rest. The TV is off. The lights are low. And the Lord, who is King of all the earth, holds us in His hands throughout the night ahead. I invite you to share your intentions in the comments of the video so that the Sacred Heart family may walk with you in faith and charity. Please join me in our Catholic evening prayers, uniting our hearts to the Church's May devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Click the link in the pinned comment now, and I'll see you there. And be sure to visit our new home, sacredheartpreciousblood.com. The homepage is designed as our prayer hub, reflections, prayers, and rosaries, all in one easy-to-use place. God bless.